Hi, hello friends, welcome to the channel. In today's session, we'll be seeing the part 3 of the Mechatronics Unit 2, Microprocessor and Microcontrollers. Question number 35. The basic processor cycles are: option A is given as fetch cycle, option number B is given as execute cycle, option number C is given as machine cycle, and option number D is given as instrument cycle. And option number E is given as all the above. The basic processor cycles are: there are 4 basic processor cycles. First one is the fetch cycle. Second one is the execute cycle, third one is the machine cycle, and fourth one is the instruction cycle. So I am going with option number E, all the above. Question number 36. Question number 36. How many basic processor cycles are there? How many basic processor cycles are there? We saw there are 4 basic processor cycles. Option A was given as fetch cycle, execute cycle, machine cycle, instruction cycle. So there are 4 basic process cycles. So I am going with option number B, 4. Question number 37. Dash is defined as the time required to complete one operation of an accessing memory output or acknowledging an external request is. Option A is given as fetch cycle, option number B is given as execute cycle, option number C is given as machine cycle, and option number D is given as instruction cycle. The time required to complete one operation of accessing a memory. We are going to access a memory. There will be some memory in the memory card. We are going to click that and pasting on our computer. It's a computer. You think that we have a pen drive. In pen drive, we will be having films, and we are going to paste in our computer or laptop. We are going F drive. First we will be selecting the pen drive, then copy from there, then we will be pasting it on a D drive. The time required for accessing that memory from the pen drive and pasting here is the question asked. Okay, what that time? How much time that it will be required? That time comes under which cycle? Obviously that cycle comes by, it is taken by computer. All these operations is done by computer. So computer is a machine. Just keeping that in mind. So it comes under machine cycle. Just keep in mind. I'm just saying how to keep in mind. Okay. This dash is defined as the time required to complete one operation of accessing memory, input, output, or acknowledging an external request is machine cycle. Question number 38. The registers available in 8085 microprocessor is. Registers is used for memory purpose. Okay. The option number A is given as 1 8-bit accumulator. Option number B is given as 6 8-bit accumulator. Option number C is given as 1 16-pack stack pointer. Option number D is given as 1 16-bit program counter. Option number E is given as instruction register. And option number F is given as temporary register. Option number G is given as all the above. How many registers are available in 8085 microprocessor is 6 registers available. One is 1 8-bit accumulator. Second one will be 6 8-bit accumulator. Third one is 1 6-pack stack pointer. Fourth one is 1 16-bit problem counter. Fifth one is our instruction register. And fifth one is our instruction register. And sixth one is our temporary register. So I am going with option number G, all the above. These are the registers available. The registers available are 1 8-bit accumulator, 6 8-bit accumulator, 1 16-pack stack pointer, 1 16-bit program controller counter, 6 instruction register, and temporary register. These are the registers available in 8085 microprocessors. So I am going with option number G, all the above. Question number 39. The flags available in 8085 microprocessor is. What are the flags available in 8085 microprocessor? Option A is given as carry flag. Option B is given as parity flag. Option number C is given as auxiliary carry flag. And option number D is given as 0 flag. And option number E is given as sign flag. There are 5 flags available in 8085 microprocessor. Our option A was given as carry flag. Carry flag is denoted by CS. Parity flag is denoted by P. Auxiliary flag is denoted by AC. 0 flag is denoted by Z, and sign flag is denoted by S. These are the flags available in 8085 microprocessor. So I am going with option number F, all the above. Question number 40. The flags that are available in 8085 microprocessor is, we have 5 flags, so I'm going with option number D, 5. Question number 41. How many interrupts are there in Intel 8085? How many interrupts are there in 8085? We have 5 interrupts in 8085. So I'm going with option number D, 5. Option A is given as 2, option number B is given as 3, option number C is given as 4, and option number D is given as 5. I'm going with 5 because we have 5 interrupts in 8085. We'll see that interrupt in next question, that is our 42. The interrupts in 8085 Intel are, option A is given as TRAP, option number B is given as RST 7.5, option number C is given as RST 6.5, option number D is given as RST 5.5, option number E is given as INTR, and option number F is given as all the above. We have 5 interrupts totally in 8085 Intel. These interrupts are of priority based. If TRAP is given as first priority and RST 7.5 is given as second priority, RST 6.5 is given as third priority, and RST 5.5 is given as fourth priority, the last priority in interrupts is INTR. If INTR interrupts is given and at the same time RST 5.5 interrupt is given, the computer first choose RST 5.5 interrupt. Interrupt means commands. If TRAP is given, then RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5 and INTR will be of next priority only. If TRAP interrupt command is given, then only first we can't choose any other interrupts. Only TRAP interrupt must be taken. Such as if a battery low, if the battery low window is displayed on the screen, that comes under TRAP. If battery low symptom is displayed on laptops, then what we will do? Just in search for a charger, you will pin up, or you will shut down the device. You can't do any other thing. That is the main priority for TRAP. TRAP is the first priority. In this question, I am going with option number F, all the above. We have 5 interrupts in 8085. Just remember, each one is of their own priority. First priority will be given for TRAP, then second for RST 7.5, then for RST 6.5, fourth priority is for RST 5.5, then the fifth and least priority is for INTR. Okay. Question number 43. Which interrupt in Intel 8085 is of highest priority? Which interrupt in 8085 is of highest priority? The question asked. Option number A is given as TRAP, option number B is given as INTR, option number C is given as RST 7.5, option number D is given as RST 6.5, option number E is given as RST 5.5. I told you TRAP is of highest priority, so I am going with option number A, TRAP. Question number 44. Which interrupt of Intel 8085 is of lowest priority? Option A is given as TRAP, option number B is given as RST 7.5, option number C is given as RST 6.5, option number D is given as RST 5.5, and option number E is given as INTR. We know the interrupt of Intel 8085, INTR is of least priority, lowest priority, so I am going with option number E, INTR. INTR interrupt can be minimized or closed, or it can be used as remind me as later. But TRAP, you can't do that. You can't close the window, you can't give remind me later, you can't do anything. Just next or continue. You have to do it, such as I told you, battery notifications or accept, that all privacy, that all be coming under TRAP. Question number 45. The classifications of instructions set according to word size is. How many classifications of instruction sets according to word size is given? There are three classifications of instruction set according to word size of the word. Question number 45. The classification of instruction set according to word size is: option A, single byte instruction; option B is 2-byte instruction; option C is 3-byte instruction; option D is all the above. We have three classification of instruction set according to word size of the word. So I'm going with option number D, all the above. Question number 46. The types of addressing mode in 8085 microprocessor is: option A is given as direct addressing; option number B is given as register addressing; option number C is given as register indirect addressing; option number D is given as intermediate addressing; option number E is given as implicit addressing; option number F is given as all the above. These are the types of addressing mode in 8085 microprocessor. The types of addressing mode in 8085 microprocessor is: addressing, direct addressing, register addressing, register indirect addressing, intermediate addressing, implicit addressing. There are 5 addressing mode in 8085 microprocessor. So I'm going with option number F, all the above. Question number 47. The functions of an accumulator is: option number A is given as accumulator is a register associated with ALU operations, that is arithmetic and logic unit operations, and sometimes input output operations. Option number B is given as it is an integral part of ALU. Option number C says it holds one of the data to be processed by ALU. And option number D says it also temporarily stores the result of operation performed by ALU. And option number E says all the above. Yeah, option number A, the accumulator is a register associated with ALU operation and sometimes input output operations. Yeah, accumulator stores acts as a result associated with ALU operations while performing addition, while performing subtraction, while performing logic operations, and in input output operations also. That such as we are giving an input command, it will be processed by microprocessor. Sometimes microprocessor will be doing some other command. In such case, our accumulator stores that result of input output operations and ALU operations. So it is an integral part of ALU. We have in ALU arithmetic and logic unit column, we will be having accumulator section. So it is an integral part of ALU. It holds one of the data to be processed by ALU. If there is a command called 3 into 7 plus 5, in that case 3 into 7 is 21. The 21 result will be stored temporarily in ALU, that is in accumulator section. Accumulator is also called as A register. Okay, so it is also used for memory purpose. That intermediate result is stored in ALU. That intermediate result is stored in accumulator. That the result of the intermediate result, that is 3 into 7 is equal to 21 plus 5. That 21 plus 5 is stored in accumulator for some time if there is any operations done on the microprocessor. So it holds one of the data to be processed by ALU. It also temporarily stores the result of operation performed by ALU. I told you that 27 result is a temporary result. After 27 plus 5, that is 26, that is the final result. But the 21 plus 5 is a temporary result that is stored in the accumulator, that is the A register. So it also stores a temporary results. So option A, B, C, D are right. So I'm going with option number E, all the above. Question number 48. Dash is an input line through which microprocessor accepts serial data. We have two serial data line. One is serial input data line and serial output data line. The line through which dash is an input line through which microprocessor accepts serial data. It's definitely serial input data line, because the word input in input says that serial input data line. For serial input data line only, the line that accepts input data. So I'm going with option number A, serial input data line. Serial input data line is an input line. Okay, we have the name input and input. Serial input data line is a line through which microprocessor accepts the serial data. Whatever data you are giving as an input, microprocessor accepts that data, that input data only through serial input data line. Question number 49. Dash is an output line through which microprocessor sends output serial data. Microprocessor sends output serial data only through SOD line, that is serial output data line. So I'm going with option number B, SOD. Question number 50. The function of IO/M, that is the input output or memory signal in 8085 is, there is a signal called IO/M, that is input output or memory signal. This is a status signal. Okay, it is a status signal. If IO is 1, then we will that line will be sending input output signals only. If IO is 0, that is low signal, then it will be used for memory purpose. Okay, just keep this in mind. Option A is given as it is a status signal. Definitely it's a status signal, whether it is giving an input output command or a memory command. It will be shown by IO/M signal. Question number 51. Question number 50. The function of IO/M signal in 8085 is, it is a status signal. Option A is right. Option number B says it is used to differentiate between memory locations and input output operations. Yeah, it differentiates the memory signal operations and input output operations. So I'm going with option number C, both A and B. The function of IO/M signal is, it should show status signal, whether input output operation is going on or whether memory operation is going on. It should say that, so it comes under status signal. It should also differentiate between memory locations and output or input output operation, whether it's a memory operation, whether already stored data is taken or a new data is being processed from an input output. That all be set by input output memory signal. So I'm going with option number C, both A and B. Question number 51. When input IO/M is 0, it denotes, when IO/M is 0, option A is given as memory related operation, option number B is given as input output operation. When IO/M is 0, that is input output, we have to see only the numerical part. Okay, when IO is 0, then it states that memory related operation is being carried out. Okay, so I'm going with option number A, memory related operations. When IO/M is 1, when numerical part, we are only taking numerical part only in this. When IO/M is 1, it is denoted by IO operations. When IO/1, that is IO is numerical part, we have 1. So definitely go with IO, input output operations. IO means input output / memory operation. Okay, IO/M means input outputs to memory operations. When input output to memory operation is 0, we will be going with memory related operations. When input output to memory operation is 1, that is 0 means low, 1 means high. Computer reads only in binary language, we all know that, there is zeros and ones. 0 means low, 1 means high. When input output command is low, we will go with memory operation. That is low means there is no input output command, then memory command is taken. When there is an input output command, memory command is not taken, then that is input output operations will be carried. Okay. Question number 53. The category of 8085 instructions is, option A is given as data transfer group, option number B is given as arithmetic group, option number C is given as logic group, option number D is given as branch group, option number E is given as stack of input, output and machine. Option number F is given as all the above. The categories of 8085 instructions is data transfer group, arithmetic group, logic group, branch group, stack, input, output and machine group. So I'm going with option number F, all the above. These are the categories of 8085 instructions. There are generally 5 kinds of instruction, that is data transfer group instruction, arithmetic group instruction, logic group instructions, branch group instructions, stack of input, output and machine instructions. So I'm going with option number F, all the above. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please like it, share with your friends and comment in the comment section. Let's meet with a new video. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.